Do you find yourself going through the motions day after day, wondering if there's more to life? We often hear that success comes from following a set path, but what if the key to an extraordinary life lies in doing the opposite of what's expected? In this video, we'll explore why sometimes the most extraordinary path is the opposite of what we've been taught. We'll look at how breaking free from our comfort zones can lead to incredible growth and opportunities we never imagined possible. Let's start by talking about the comfort zone trap. It's easy to fall into familiar patterns and routines. We wake up, go to work, come home, watch TV, and repeat. These habits feel safe and predictable, but they can also hold us back from reaching our full potential. The comfort zone is like a cozy bubble that protects us from the unknown, but it also limits our experiences and personal growth. Breaking free from this trap can be scary. Our brains are wired to seek safety and avoid risk, which is why stepping out of our comfort zones feels so uncomfortable. But here's the thing. Growth and comfort rarely go hand in hand. To truly thrive and experience all that life has to offer, we need to challenge ourselves and try new things. This is where the concept of doing the opposite comes in. It's about flipping the script on our usual behaviors and choices. Instead of always saying yes, what if we started saying no to things that don't serve us? Rather than following the crowd, what if we forged our own path? By consciously choosing to do the opposite of what we'd normally do, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. Now you might be thinking, but isn't it risky to go against the grain? And you're right, it can be. But here's a powerful perspective shift. What if we started viewing fear as a compass? Often, the things that scare us the most are the very things that can lead to our greatest growth. Think about it. When you feel that flutter of fear in your stomach, it's usually because you're about to do something new or challenging. That fear is a sign that you're pushing your boundaries and expanding your comfort zone. Instead of running from that feeling, we can learn to lean into it, recognizing it as a signal that we're on the brink of something potentially amazing. Of course, pushing through discomfort isn't easy. It takes practice and courage. Start by acknowledging your fear without judgment. Remind yourself that it's normal to feel scared when trying something new. Take deep breaths and visualize yourself successfully overcoming the challenge. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action in the face of fear. Throughout history, many successful people have found extraordinary success by going against the grain. These contrarians dared to think differently and challenge the status quo. They weren't afraid to stand out or be misunderstood. Their stories teach us valuable lessons about the power of independent thinking and the courage to follow our convictions. These figures didn't succeed because they were smarter or more talented than everyone else. They succeeded because they were willing to take risks, think creatively, and persist in the face of skepticism. They saw opportunities where others saw obstacles and weren't afraid to fail in pursuit of their goals. So how can we apply this wisdom to our own lives? How do we identify our own opposite path? It starts with self-reflection. Ask yourself, what are the default choices I make in my life? What would happen if I did the opposite? Where am I playing it safe when I could be taking calculated risks? Look for areas in your life where you feel stagnant or unfulfilled. These are often the best places to start making changes. Maybe you've always worked in a traditional office job, but you dream of starting your own business. Or perhaps you've lived in the same town your whole life, but you're curious about experiencing different cultures. These longings are clues pointing towards your potential opposite path. Choosing the opposite path doesn't mean making reckless decisions. It's about thoughtfully challenging your assumptions and being open to new possibilities. It's about questioning whether the conventional wisdom really applies to your unique situation and goals. Now, the idea of making big changes can feel overwhelming. That's why it's important to start with small steps. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Begin with minor changes in your daily routine. If you always take the same route to work, try a different one. If you always order the same dish at your favorite restaurant, challenge yourself to try something new. These small changes might seem insignificant, but they can have a big impact. They help train your brain to be more flexible and open to new experiences. Over time, these small steps can snowball into major shifts in your life. You'll develop more confidence in your ability to handle change and uncertainty, which will empower you to take on bigger challenges. As you start to make these changes, you might encounter doubts and criticism, both from yourself and others. This is normal. When we do something different, it can make people around us uncomfortable. They might question your choices or try to discourage you from taking risks. It's important to remember that their reactions often have more to do with their own fears and insecurities than with you. Stay focused on your own path and trust your instincts. Build your inner strength by reminding yourself why you're making these changes. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage your growth and understand your vision. One of the most exciting aspects of choosing an unconventional path is the ripple effect it can have. When you dare to do things differently, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage can give others permission to explore their own dreams and challenge their own limitations. Think about how you feel when you see someone living authentically and pursuing their passions. It's inspiring, right? By choosing your own path, you can create that same inspiration for others. You become a living example of what's possible when we dare to think differently. This ripple effect can extend beyond your immediate circle. As you pursue your unique path, you might find yourself creating positive change in your community or even on a larger scale. Your innovative thinking and willingness to challenge the status quo could lead to solutions for problems that have long seemed unsolvable. As you navigate this new territory, it's important to redefine what success means to you. Society often has a narrow definition of success, usually involving wealth, status, or power. But true success is much more personal and nuanced. It's about living a life that aligns with your values and brings you fulfillment. When you choose the opposite path, you might find success in unexpected places. Maybe it's in the deep relationships you form, the positive impact you have on others, or the personal growth you experience. Maybe it's in the joy you feel waking up each day excited about what you do. Take some time to reflect on what really matters to you. What would make you feel proud and satisfied at the end of your life? Use these reflections to guide your choices and define your own unique version of success. One of the most valuable skills you can develop on this journey is flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and even the most carefully planned opposite path will likely have twists and turns. Being able to adapt and pivot when necessary is crucial. This doesn't mean giving up on your goals or compromising your values. It means being open to new information and willing to adjust your approach when needed. It means seeing setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as failures. Flexibility also means being open to the possibility that your goals might change as you grow and evolve. What seemed important to you at the beginning of your journey might shift as you gain new experiences and insights. Embrace these changes as part of your growth process. As you continue on your unconventional path, remember to celebrate your journey. It takes courage to step off the beaten path and forge your own way. Each step you take, each fear you overcome, each new experience you embrace is an achievement worth recognizing. Celebrating doesn't have to mean throwing a party, although it can if you want. It can be as simple as taking a moment to reflect on how far you've come, journaling about your experiences, or sharing your story with a trusted friend. These moments of recognition can provide encouragement and motivation to keep going, especially when things get challenging. Find joy in the unconventional aspects of your life. Appreciate the unique perspectives you've gained, the interesting people you've met, and the personal growth you've experienced. Your journey is extraordinary precisely because it's uniquely yours. Now let's talk about taking action. All the ideas we've discussed are powerful, but they only make a difference if you put them into practice. So here's a challenge for you. This week, choose one area of your life where you can take an opposite action. It doesn't have to be big. Remember, small steps can lead to big changes. Maybe you'll speak up in a meeting when you'd usually stay quiet. Perhaps you'll reach out to someone you've always wanted to connect with, but have been too nervous to approach. Or maybe you'll try a new hobby that's always intrigued you but seemed too challenging. Whatever you choose, approach it with curiosity and openness. Notice how it feels to do something different. What do you learn about yourself in the process? How does it affect your perspective or your interactions with others? After you've taken your opposite action, take some time to reflect on the experience. What went well? What was challenging? What surprised you? Use these insights to inform your next steps on your extraordinary path. Choosing the opposite path isn't about being different for the sake of being different. It's about consciously choosing the direction that aligns with your true self and your deepest aspirations, even when that direction goes against conventional wisdom. It's about having the courage to listen to your own inner voice and follow where it leads. This journey of choosing the opposite path is ongoing. It's not a destination you reach, but a way of approaching life with curiosity, courage, and authenticity. There will be challenges along the way, moments of doubt and times when you might wonder if you're on the right track. But there will also be moments of exhilaration, profound growth, and unexpected joys. As you move forward, keep asking yourself challenging questions. Are you making choices based on genuine desires or societal expectations? Are you stretching yourself and growing, or staying comfortable? Are you living in alignment with your values and dreams? Choosing the opposite path doesn't mean every decision has to be unconventional. It's about being intentional with your choices, questioning assumptions, and being willing to take the road less traveled when it feels right for you. Your path is yours alone. While you can draw inspiration and learn from others, ultimately, you're the one who decides what's right for you. Trust your instincts, be kind to yourself as you navigate uncharted territory, and stay open to the incredible possibilities that come from daring to do things differently. Why sometimes the most extraordinary path is the opposite, I want to leave you with this thought. Every great advancement, every revolutionary idea, every life-changing discovery started with someone willing to think differently, someone who was brave enough to question the status quo and try something new. You have that same potential within you. You have unique gifts, perspectives, and dreams that the world needs. By daring to take the opposite path when it calls to you, you open yourself up to a life of richness, growth, and fulfillment beyond what you might have imagined possible. So what will your opposite action be this week? How will you step out of your comfort zone and onto your extraordinary path? The choice is yours, and the possibilities are endless. Here's to your journey of discovery, growth, and living life on your own terms. Remember, sometimes the most extraordinary path is indeed the opposite, and that path is waiting for you to take that first step.